Hey everyone, how was your week? Did you have time to really contemplate on how you expressed yourself creatively? You have your little journal with you. I have mine with me. I write a list. It's almost like it's easier for me to do a little bit of left brain before I get into my right brain. Having the analytical, logical, like create a template, create an outline, and then do the boom, let the creative side flow is a little bit easier for me. Maybe it's because I was taught that in school, like before you write, have an outline on what you want to write about, blah, blah, blah. But that's kind of how it works for me, even in my journals. Sometimes it's just creative flow, but if there's something I'm really contemplating, I like to kind of create a list first. So, moving along with that, the ways I express my creativity, a lot of it is physical representations of something creative and visual representations of something creative. Like, for example, the visuals, I like to color, I like to draw, I like to paint. And then also with the physical representations, I like to paint like boxes and shelves and like shadow boxes and things like that. I like doing the kind of enhancing something physical, or even like with the meditation wraps. I used to make jewelry so much as a kid, and doing the meditation wraps was a nice creative outlet, like kind of like a remembrance and a creative outlet. And it was also a very practical use. You know, I use crystals when I meditate, so having them on something I can wear when I meditate kind of frees me up to not have to worry about holding on to something. Or if I feel like I'm going into a journey and I want to dance, I don't have to worry about dropping anything or hurting myself because I'm kind of wearing the crystals. I do not have these up on my Etsy shop anymore, but if you are interested in one, just email me, greenlightmessages@gmail.com. I can show you what I have. If you're interested, we can kind of like work something out. They're beautiful. They're unique, just like we are. And I find that crystals are like that physical creativity that the earth gives us as well. So it's kind of like a one beautiful, colorful, jumbled, gorgeous thing. I don't know the right words for it, but it's really magical. And there's something very magical with the physical representations of art, of taking components and creating them into something practical and useful. For example, you work with clay and then you make these, cups, or the meditation wraps, or people that make their clothes. There's so many different things of creative outlets that have practical uses. So I realized what's one of the big things for me is I love creative outlets that have some sort of tangible physical thing I can touch in a practical use. Next, I love the visual representations of stuff: photography, coloring, drawing, painting, like I said. Especially because I'm the type of person that I have very visual journeys. I have very visual meditations. And there are times that when I come out of a journey, I like to draw what it is I experienced, or draw the place I was at. And it usually comes out a little cartoony because my artistic skills are not exactly where I would want them to be, to put something that is so like neat and was just an amazing experience into a piece that kind of, it almost looks like kind of childish and cartoony, because I don't have the that realistic technique of drawing yet. I don't know necessarily how to do the perspective with the shadings and the perspective of closer and what's farther away, and like making, like if you're drawing an animal, creating that realistic looking fur, things like that. So I really like the visual arts, and then the physical movement. So music, I really love drumming and didgeridoos and that like primal sounding music, and expressing like the dance through that as well. Some of my journeys I will dance, because it's not just a, sit on your yoga mat or lay down on a blanket or whatever and journey. Like sometimes journeying is a full body experience. So those are like my three kind of categorized ways of how I express creativity. And I was really thinking about how neat it is that we live on this planet and we are such creative people, and that the earth is alive with color, and yet we're so colorful as people too. It's not just like the color of our skin or our hair or the makeup we wear or the clothes we wear. It's like we're very colorful with our personalities and our self-expression. And I really just was like having a good time really just getting into the word creativity this week. And getting into this next week's topic, it is, how do I want to express myself creatively? Is there a art project that you want to do? Is there something that you are really interested in that you haven't taken on yet? I know for me, I really want to do the art where I can make the real to life looking things, because like, for example, a place I have journeyed to that felt like really magical and familiar to me looks very cartoony, right? Because I don't have the whole like perspective thing yet. But having this versus doing like a drawing like this in a more real to life look, I think it would have a different impact. So as much as I love drawing and coloring, I want to learn how to draw the visual representations that just seem more real to life, especially because my journeys are so visual and it's so colorful, and it's just really like a really neat experience. I love being able to come out and draw them, especially if I went to a place that I felt was like really, really interesting or really, really impactful on me. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I know that for this coming week, that's really what I want to focus on. I have decided to order some of those like charcoal pencils and those like really nice kind of art kits, but it's like a basic art kit, like a basic Skechers kit. So it's going to have like a certain amount of pencils and those kind of things. And I also got like a learning how to shade properly book and perspectives and just kind of a learning how to draw, in a way that doesn't look so cartoony. So I know that's what I want to work on. I'm curious as to what you guys experienced this last week for thinking about your creativity and how you express it. And then I'm also curious to hear from you guys, how do you want to express yourself? How do you want to express your creativity? Do you want to learn how to make your own clothes? Do you want to take up photography? Is there a project or an artful thing that you've always wanted to try but you never have? So express your creativity, express that just natural bubbling magic within you and let it shine. I love you guys so, so much. Thank you so much for being here. And if you have not already, please do go check out the 300 subscriber giveaway video. I'll leave it right here and get in on that. So I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.